So here we go for some yoga together. So we're going to be spending about 10, 12 minutes together, going through some fairly easy poses today to start off your day or to wind down after a busy day. So starting off by letting yourself fold over, your knees are going to be slightly bent and you can just take hold of your opposite elbows, and let yourself just relax a little bit. The weight of your upper body just floating down, and then breathe in, come back up, open up your chest and hands down to your heart. So we're going to take that in-breath back up again. You can come and join your feet together. Really nice in-breath, and then let yourself come down into a chair pose. And we're going to be warming up in this chair pose. So with your arms straight, breathe in, take them up without forcing on your shoulders. Breathe out, take them down. You've got a little bit of a squeeze in your shoulder blades, nothing too forceful. And still those thighs working really nicely in that chair pose. Your breath is always coming through your nose. You should really hear and feel that out breath just catching slightly in your throat. But nice and easy breath, nice and deep, nice and relaxed. And then your thighs are going to be doing the same thing. Your arms are going to be doing the same thing. The only thing we change here is that upper body is coming flat, parallel to the floor when you breathe out, and you're bringing it back up into that initial position when you breathe in. Okay, just lengthening constantly, keeping your spine nice and long. So when you're breathing out, parallel to the floor. When you're breathing in, coming back to that initial position. And now you can come back into that mountain pose. Just have a breather. We're going to be going into Warrior One. So you're going to lift one of your feet off the mat and really step back, quite a big step back. Your pelvis is pointing forward, your body nice and long, your arms lifted, shoulders relaxed. That back foot either can be really pointing forward with your heel off the mat, or you can have it slightly sideways the way I am there. As long as your pelvis isn't completely to the side, try and pull your pelvis forward. Nice breathing. We're going to be coming hands down onto the mat, pulling that foot back to go into a plank and holding that plank, just breathing nicely. Really nice, stable plank. Always make sure your head is aligned in your plank and that your shoulder blades are slightly down. You can really help yourself here with your abdominals and pelvic floor if need be. And then we're going to go into a nice downward dog. So you're pushing the middle of your back towards your thighs. And since it's our first downward dog, we're just going to walk with a nice bent knee. You're going to pull one heel, the other heel towards the floor. It doesn't matter if your heels don't touch the floor. And just let yourself go into that downward dog. If you can't feel that stretch in your back, do it with your knees slightly bent. If not, knees straight. We walk forward to the front of the mat where you're going to just let your body fold again. And breathe in, really open up your chest, and breathe out. Hands to your heart, and then to your side. And then obviously other foot is going to step back. We're going to put that Warrior One pose back into action. So really nicely bent forward leg. Make sure your pelvis is placed. Really stretch that spine up from the top of your head, arms nice and lifted too. Always breathing and feeling that you're pushing into the ground and lifting up at the same time. Okay, into plank. We're going to hold that plank again. And make sure that your fingers are really nicely wide apart. Push that thumb and index finger, the palm of your hands into the floor. You're breathing nicely, extending your spine into downward dog. And this time when you're bending one knee, bending the other, you can also let your pelvis just tilt to the right, tilt to the left, and just make your way into this downward dog, but always with that really nice stretching of your back. So knees bent if you prefer, or knees straight if you can really feel that back stretch with your legs straight. It doesn't matter if your heels don't touch the floor. We're walking forward again, and you can just fold over, let your head release, arms release back, and a nice in-breath to come up, open up, and breathe out. Once again, nice in-breath, nice and deep, open up. We're going to be letting upper body just float down, knees slightly bent. And then hands on your shins, you can extend your back before breathing out again, bringing your hands onto the mat, where we're going to step back to plank, and then you can place your knees on the mat, and just on an out breath, bring yourself down right to the floor. So without forcing, just stay in a small cobra. We're going to be breathing in, so your elbows are really tucked alongside your body. You're bringing your eyes slightly forward, your heart and throat slightly forward, but just being careful with your lower back. You can squeeze your glutes a little bit to add some protection in the lower back. So that'll be 3 small cobras. And then once you come back to the floor, just pushing your hands, pushing your knees, and come back to your downward dog. Just release your back. And from this downward dog, we're then going to let knees come onto the floor. So you've got your knees placed under your hips, hands under shoulders. And in a diagonal, we're going to go on to an extension. So your say, left arm, right leg. You are breathing in, extending. Just watch your lower back. You can go a little bit further than horizontal, but as I say, watching your lower back. Breathing in, extending. Breathing out, bringing knee, hand, and your forehead. Your back's going to round up a bit. And we're going to do that for 4 breaths on this first diagonal. And then obviously changing the diagonal, so right arm, left leg, breathe in to extend, breathe out to come and round your back off, and just keeping it nice and steady. If need be, you can pull your tummy muscles and pelvic floor in a little bit to help you stay stable. So 4 breaths on this diagonal as well. And then you can just come and place a knee and hand back on the mat. And then moving into cat and cow pose, where you will be breathing in when you're lengthening your spine. You finish off with your head and chin up, and then breathing out to round off your back, really opening your shoulder blades. And you can do that for several really long in-breaths, out-breaths. Just take your time and relax those back muscles as you go along. The last time you round your back, just twist right, twist left, just really feel that you're getting a little bit of relaxation into those back muscles. And then we are going to come into a sitting position. So here we come into the boat pose, where you're going to really balance on your sit bones. Try and really lift your spine up. Your legs are bent and squeezed together. And you can bring your arms to the side of your legs and actually rest your hands against your legs. So feeling that your shoulders are nicely relaxed. So a little bit of help from your abdominals here. Pull your abdominals in to help you extend your back. We'll have a little breather. Just let yourself fold forwards. And then legs and arms are going to be straight so that we can come and place our backs onto the mat. You can bend your legs here. And once your arms are out in a perpendicular shape, so a nice crossed shape, with your right foot you can take the outside of your left knee and pull the both legs and your pelvis over to the side, opening up your back, always without force. And you're going to be looking the opposite way, using your breathing, really deep breathing to release those tensions in your back, waist, abdomen. Breathe nicely for about 4 to 5 long breaths. And then coming up, releasing that side, we're going to be switching feet and legs, pulling over to the other side. So pulling gently, just let everything go, and head facing the other way. So once you've balanced out both sides, come back onto your back, and we're just going to release with a few little movements against the mat. Left, right, left, squeeze in, squeeze out. Just let your back relax. And so here we've come into the happy baby pose, where you're going to get hold of the outside of your feet if you can, if not, hands somewhere on your legs, and just let yourself rock gently, really releasing your back against the mat. And after this happy baby pose, we're just going to be placing arms, legs flat on the floor, and you can stay like this as long as you wish. If you're warm and relaxed and happy to be there, breathing and just making a bit of space in your head, do so. Just stay, enjoy the moment, and don't hesitate to check in soon again. We'll be doing a slightly longer yoga soon. So thanks very much for being with me. Have a lovely day or evening, and see you soon.